Good morning, friends. So the title is 55-1 silver and gold ratio. And gold just went to 3,400 something an ounce, 34.12, and last night it was 33.58. And why is this important? I have made a decision to liquidate my crypto. I didn't have much in there. I actually only had 600, and I put 680 in crypto in April. So I lost $80. And I am not successful with financial stuff. I'm successful with business ideas. But when it comes to long-term investing, I've got so much anxiety, I panic. I think that's the most honest thing I can say. I'm sure if I left my crypto in there a year from now, it would be worth more. I'm sure it would. I'd also have a year's worth of anxiety, and I just can't afford it. So that's why I'm out. I've been trying to have my finger on the pulse of the markets, and there's some panic in China about their economy over the tariffs. I'm not sure if this is real, but I'm seeing different news articles about it. And Germany just said that their growth is going to be zero. Other financial analysts are saying the 90% chance of a recession. Crypto's a risky investment, so when tough times come, people aren't going to take their money and put it into riskier investments. They're going to go to gold and silver. And I sold precious metals for 3 or 4 months with a company called Monex Deposit in Newport Beach, and I sold it on margin, where it's like options trading. For a small amount of money, you can control more, you can leverage. And I know there's a ratio to gold, which is average. So I just asked Grok, what is the 50-year average of silver's price to gold? And it said 55 to 60. So I took 60 and I divided by today's gold price. Well, I just did 3,400, and it came to $53 or so. And right now, silver is at $36. I think 36. $33. So if you look at a historical average, silver is really undervalued right now by nearly 80%. Well, it should increase 80% in value quickly, especially if we have, well, it's basically a preservation of wealth. You'll just preserve your wealth. It might not go up a whole bunch, because if the economy crashes, there's no money to buy silver. There's no money for silver to be used as a commodity into products. So it just stays where it's at, because we have hyperinflation, too many dollars chasing too few goods. This is why we're seeing gold at $3,400. When it comes to Bitcoin, I'm bearish to extinct, because Bitcoin is all based on cryptography. It's based on the fact that the cryptography has not been broken. And I had some technical discussions with people, and they're like, well, the blockchain and the community that manages Bitcoin can update the algorithms to keep ahead of advancements in technology. So there might be a technical capability to outpace current cryptography decryption methods based on computer technology. We have the quantum computer, which is quite a big game changer, and they're saying it didn't break Bitcoin's cryptography. I realize that's the official narrative. However, when has the government told us the truth? There's this guy Saylor, somebody, and he's been leading the markets in Bitcoin stuff. Lots of somehow he's a billionaire, or he manages a hedge fund or something. I'm probably wrong about Bitcoin. Maybe it's going to be okay. I just don't feel like I'm that. Well, I was at Bitcoin when it was 6 cents. I was trying to do Bitcoin mining in 2009, and but I wasn't able to get it going. I think the get-rich days of Bitcoin are over. I don't know why let's say you run a nation like America or China. You're not going to adopt Bitcoin. You're going to come up with your own cryptocurrency. You're going to find a cryptocurrency that works well, and you're going to copy it. And that's going to be your medium of exchange, because that government has the ability to micromanage it. So I still feel like governments could outlaw Bitcoin. Governments outlawed gold. And as soon as a bunch of people start going to jail for owning Bitcoin, it's over. Is this the Dutch tulip bubble? Is it a .com bubble? Will there be a Bitcoin bubble? Yeah, I'm a cynic. I'm skeptical, and I'm a cynic. So take that for what it's worth. I sold cars for 7 years for BMW, Land Rover, and Porsche. I was also a mechanic at the BMW dealer, so I know a lot about cars. And the used car market is super soft right now. Like, you can get some amazing deals on amazing cars. I can buy a $210,000 AMG 65 V12 twin turbo, 640 horsepower, 700 torque. Like, it was a $210,000 car. Just ridiculous car. For $13,000. For 13 grand. Like, the motor alone is worth 15. Like, the motor's worth more separated from the car. Anyways, I think what's happening is people don't have liquid capital. People are suffering. If you listen to the job market, people are really complaining. Like, there's all these fake jobs, ghost jobs, they call them. Maybe it's always been this way. I mean, the trades are busy. Housing, the rich have money. They're doing improvements on their homes. They're building, kitchen remodels, room additions, landscaping. Um, I live close to Palm Springs. I'm not in touch with that community, but I'm not hearing any complaints. So the rich always have money, but like my neighbor was in Hollywood. He was a construction guy for the studios for like Paramount. He's union, and they promoted him to be a foreman or supervisor, and then they didn't hire him again. He hasn't had any work all year, and he says that Hollywood itself is stalling on making movies because they want to get rid of all the old entrenched dead weight that's very expensive for construction. So he's guaranteed like $60 an hour because he's union, and the studios just, it's cheaper for them not to make a movie than to make a movie. And I think that's true. Like if you hear what Donald Trump talked about, if you could sift through his garbage, the studios are going outside of Hollywood. New Mexico has a Netflix plant. Sony is building a studio by Vegas. Imagine the electric bill for that studio. I mean, 120 in the summer, and they've got to air condition millions of square feet. That would be insane. And going overseas. Is Donald Trump a mad genius? I don't think so. I think he's just mad. He's a disruptor, and he's breaking up the status quo. He's rocking the boat, and we're all getting wet. And we're like, Donald, stop rocking the boat. And he's like drunk. Oh, you ain't seen any rocking yet. I got more where that came from. Like, Trump's a little crazy. He said he wouldn't do war. He's doing war. And it's not just innocent war. People are dying. I mean, that's what war is. Like, he's bombing Yemen. And he's out there with a stick hitting the hornet's nest. Make America great again. So the first things he does is for Israel. There's something called the Fell for It Again Award. I'm just going to show it to you. And I did a tweet about this just today. Fell for it again. This actually doesn't, not only does this apply to Trump supporters, it applies to the Democrats. Let me read my tweet about it. I said, Democrats and Republicans fell for it again. We have as much control as slaves do over their masters. Let that sink in. CNN/mainstream media is slave network news, but it's owned by the masters. Don't you get it? We are in a fundamental fight for our actual life. Sending zingers to other slaves keeps you a slave. We have to organize and mobilize. Even cops are slaves. And they're doing they're the evil henchmen of the elite. They sure don't mind giving out speeding tickets and traffic infractions, but it really bothers them to break up that pedophile network. Well, it's above my pay grade. Isn't your pay grade for, upholding the Constitution? It is. But it's all engineered to not work for us, the people. Yesterday, I said, I really got to give up politics and let it go. And I'm really trying hard. But I'm also trying to bring words. I'm trying to describe the chaos that we live in. We're living in the most ferocious propaganda ever known to man. I watched this retired FBI guy who was undercover do an hour talk last night. And he was undercover at the outlaw biker gang and then undercover at the base. And he's like, yeah, the base is a militant group. He's like, they're basically Second Amendment, but they think he says they're accelerationist, and they want to accelerate the fall of government. I was like, I'm actually an accelerationist too. I believe that we should just encourage the government to do every stupid thing so it collapses, and then we have to give rebirth to our government. And so the FBI is investigating people who are encouraging the government to do more stupid things. Hey, FBI, why don't you just stop the government from doing stupid things? We rely on you to enforce the law, but you're over there just watching it happen. You guys know who the pedophiles are. Nobody from Epstein Island is arrested, you know? So you FBI are allowing the destruction to happen. The burning of Rome, FBI is handing out boxes of matches, and they're like, and this is how you use it. I'm not angry over it, thank God. I'm in the don't care. Like, literally, I just don't care. I guess I care enough to do a video about it. Good morning, Ricky. War. They like to do war in the summertime because it's just better weather. Skies are clear for more bombings. Skies are clear for more surveillance. I guess one good news for the tariffs is India is going to do a no tariffs with America. Oh, I'll talk about my trip to Los Angeles. Los Angeles felt very dystopian. It was really dirty. I was on Sepulveda Boulevard over by Burbank. And when we left, we took that Sepulveda Boulevard past the 5 freeway up to the 210 traveling north. And I was like asking my neighbor, David, is this place dangerous? I said, are we in the hood? He's like, yeah, we're in the hood. Well, one thing I wanted to do talk about myself for a little bit in my home life. Summer's coming, and I bought, as you might know, I bought more batteries for my air conditioning because I'm on solar, 100% solar. So I bought these things here to make battery cables. Battery cables are ridiculously expensive. So these here are little grommets. You put the wire and you squeeze it. And I want to show you the big squeezer I got. And those are the jaws. And you put the little guy in here. I'm not going to crimp it, but, and then you would squeeze it, and then it holds the wire in there, and this is in place of soldering, which is really great. Just 10 of these cost $7 because they're copper. This costs $22. It's kind of nice. And actually, my phone is being held by, let me do a switcheroo. This is my other grommet smasher. So you put it in there and then you whack it with a hammer, and it's a V shape. This is really amazing. I got this one because it would go to thicker wire. This was only $13. It's very heavy. It's all like steel, mini layers there. It's really a beautiful design. So, like if I actually found some inexpensive copper wire, I could go into the battery cable business and start making battery cables at length, and just because some people just don't want to hassle this. You know what's really cool about this? This piece was tubing. So you can see here, there's a split. And so this got flared, and then that got smashed, and a hole got punched in it. Pretty cool. Oh, let me show you my shunt. Let me get it. New in the box here. It's actually bigger than I expected. 300 amp, 50 million volts, Victron, and it Bluetooths. And so you put this on the negative lead, and this will measure how much power, current, amps are going into the battery and how many the battery is using. So it's basically a giant meter. This costs $80. I'm really grateful to have this. It's actually top. There's other ones that are $20, but that is top of the line in the world of battery. And Victron Energy is really huge. Like they'll sell you everything. Their prices seem to be pretty fair. Yeah, you still need to be an electrical engineer to like figure out most of this stuff. But I'm happy I got that. I was talking about the used car market and how things are soft. Software. That's my answer. I think I had a lot of fun getting my feet wet with setting up websites. On the last 2 weeks, I've been setting up different 4chans because 4chan went down. Well, today it went down. 2 weeks ago. I think it's been 2 weeks. It came back last week. It was down for a week. Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, 4chan went offline. And no, it was 3 weeks ago. So I said, if I'll build a 4chan, my own, if they don't bring it back. Then I said, it's Murphy's Law that I have to build it. Because if I build it, then 4chan will open right away. And if I don't build it, 4chan will still stay down. So within 2 hours of me launching my BrightChan, 4chan went back online. So I was able to predict Murphy's Law. And I'm not going to run my own BrightChan. I give two shits about running my own Chan. No, that's not true. I do consider running my own Chan. So let me unwind that. I do want to run my own Chan, but on specific topics. I don't want to run a big smorgasbord of things. Automotive, food, paranormal. I'm gonna try to splinter 4chan into just one topic, like paranormal. I might open paranormal Chan. I'm just using that as an example. So. Oh, in the world of, so I'm thinking about going back into software, and I'm thinking about now is the best time to get into software writing because AI tools are a force multiplier. Beginners who don't even know coding, they don't even know what a variable is, or a constant, or a database, CRUD. They don't know any of that, and they are building websites that do all that. So AI has made people, it's like an exoskeleton suit. It gives you more power. And some guy forked something, VS Coder or something, and just sold it for $3 billion. He got acquired by OpenAI. That's really impressive. So just to summarize what happened, he took free software from GitHub. You can develop it over there. Hey, DriftSpeed. You can develop it over there, or you can make a fork, which is, I'm going to do my own thing. Hey, DriftSpeed, DriftSpeed bought me my inverter. I got my shunt, man. The shunt measures the electricity. 300 amps. You can draw 300 amps on this, which is huge. When I run the air conditioner, I think that's 60 amps. I'm glad you popped in, DriftSpeed. You made me think about something that I forgot, which was I got to buy another inverter. Well, I guess I would have reminded myself when I build my, I was also showing I bought all the things for making cables. Squeezer. It is nice, yeah. The shunt will measure all the electricity going into the battery and out of the battery, and it's Bluetooth inverter. I have considered building my own hardware and selling it because I didn't expect to be on this off-grid journey And Victron does sell all the components I could copy, but I might want to, like, Victron doesn't sell like the thing you got me, Drift Speed, which is a charge controller and inverter combined. Yet it has limitations. You can only put 50 amps in it. Well, the fuck? What if you've got a home? What if you're rich and you need to put 300 amps in it? Well, you can't daisy chain these things together and charge a bank of batteries simultaneously, because the MPPT charge controllers will fight with each other to regulate the voltage. So far I haven't found a charge controller and inverter solution. Like, how many kilowatts does the average home use? Like, you could have the electric dryer going, which would, draw a lot. If you have the microwave going, somebody could be doing housework. Like, that could be 15,000 watts. Most of the inverters are 5,000. So I might want to do my own market research and say, there isn't a home charge controller and inverter available for the market that works 100% with lithium ion phosphate batteries. My gut tells me somebody built it. I just haven't found it. There probably isn't a market for it, right? There isn't a market today because previously batteries to run a traditional household would have been lead acid batteries, and it would have been very expensive. And just like 2 years ago, the batteries I bought for $330 were $1,000. So the prices have dropped significantly. With Trump's tariff on Chinese goods at 100%, my $300 battery probably cost them $250 to make. It would be $500 just for cost, plus their markup of another $100. It'd be $600. So Trump's policy I bought my batteries like a week or two before Trump changed everything. I got lucky. Well, so in all my discussion of what I'm going to do to unwind my life, I think the answer is software. I think I'm going to make some software products that I think the world wants or will use. And it falls under the category of build it or buy it. So if I build it, I'll get acquired. So if I can make something that's robust and people use it, there's a chance I could be acquired. And like, maybe I'll make a solar software package. It could be visual. It could be like a refrigerator, television, vacuum, drag them over here. It could be just a fancy calculator as a website. And is your dryer electric? Drag the dryer over. And it'll say, based on all the things that you say that you use at your home, you need this much. And you need this many satellite panels at so many watts. You need an inverter. You need so many feet of cabling. So you're going to need to buy 180 feet of AWG4 copper. You're going to need to buy 90 of these bitches. I can make a estimation software. I don't really want to do that though. I'm looking at buying a 3D printer so I can build my unlimited power device. The patent number 2,912,244. I need a printer for that. I got a bunch of components I have to print. That sounds fun. There's something called Bamboo Labs. And they got these printers with 4 different colors of filament. I don't know why you need different colors of filament unless you're making toys or things. They have one filament that is soft and they're making shoes. They sell some shoes. I should show you. I'm like, the fuck? The filament stuff costs $45. I bet you it's they even sell a shoe package for $45. So maybe you can make 1 pair of shoes for $45. Bamboo. It's BAMBU lab.com. I think bamboo is spelled BOO, but this is one of those sneaky ones. Hello, Adam. Nice to see you. I got up a couple new video cameras yesterday for my surveillance, and the color correction is gorgeous. It looks like real life. Oh no. A browser died. More problems with UPS yesterday. I ordered 3 motorcycle covers. I'll show you. They say, oh, we attempted to deliver them, but we had a problem. Bullshit. My address was correct. UPS is one fucked up company. Yeah. You know, if I was delivering package and I couldn't find the home, I would just pull out my smartphone and just Google the address. Luckily, it's not a need it right away package. I bought the covers just to prevent the bikes from getting more sun damaged, especially the newer one. Well, let's read some Slashdot. Well, first, we'll go to SF Gate and see if any hikers have died since yesterday. Usually, hikers die on the weekend. Like, I think there's room for a Netflix series called Dead Hikers. Like, there are so many people die hiking, and they're not murdered. They just slip and fall off a cliff. It's literally Darwin Awards. All right, no dead hiker stories. All right, good job, people. We should, you know what, the government In the spirit of Big Brother, you should have to have a license to go hiking. Oh, yeah. National Park Service, Wayne speaking. How can I help you? Oh, yeah. You want to go hiking at Yellowstone? Oh, that's a really good trip. Yeah. Oh, you can take the whole family with you, are you? Okay. Well, have you guys gone through the licensing process yet? Licensing? What are you talking about? Yeah, it's a new service we provide for your safety. Yeah. Uh-huh. It's a 40-hour course on how to hike safely. Yes, only $400. All right, we're at Slashdot. Microsoft unveils AI-powered overhaul for Windows 11. Just give us Windows XP. Nobody asked for your garbage. Microsoft makes Fedora an official Windows subsystem for Linux. Don't even know what that means. Reddit CEO idealism masked poor work ethic in company's early day. Why does Reddit even need a CEO? It's literally software. You could run that company with 2 people, just keeping the servers going. Matter of fact, let's write that down. I think there's an open source version of Reddit I could run. The way we take it back is by building alternative websites that aren't gamed, that aren't woke. I've got the fan on my phone. It gets warm charging. Most Americans use federal science information on a weekly basis. A new poll sign. Yeah. Amazon adds purchase button to iOS Kindle app following App Store rule change. Microsoft labels some fired staff as good attrition, imposes 2-year rehiring ban. Let's read this one. Microsoft has instituted a stringent new performance management system that places ousted employees on a 2-year rehiring block list and categorizes their departure as good attrition. Business Insider reported Tuesday, citing internal documents. The company now tracks staff departures it considers beneficial, mirroring Amazon's unregretted attrition metrics. Though no specific targets have been established yet. Microsoft recently terminated 2,000 underperforming employees without severance and implemented a new performance improvement plan. Employees facing performance issues now must choose between entering a PIP or accepting a global voluntary separation agreement with 16 weeks of pay. And PIP was performance improvement plan. Whoa, so it looks like Microsoft is trying not to get sued. That seems like discrimination. And blacklisting people, I'm pretty sure that's against the rules. But since we don't follow rules, it doesn't matter. OpenAI reaches agreement to buy startup Windsurf for $3 billion. I don't even know what Windsurf does. Let's write down Windsurf. I think it's a AI coding tool. It's got a great name. People like wind, people like the surf. OpenAI agreed to buy artificial intelligence assisted coding tool Windsurf for $3 billion. Bloomberg News reported Monday, citing people familiar with the matter. The deal has not yet closed. The report added Windsurf, formerly known as Codium, has recently been in talks with investors, including General Catalyst, Kleiner Perkins, which is super top shelf, to raise funding at $3 billion valuation, according to Bloomberg. Hugo administrator resigns in wake of ChatGPT controversy. Okay. Open document format turns 20. If you see me pausing, it's because I'm reading something, but it's a video game, so I don't even bring it up. Europe pledges €500 million to attract scientists and researchers. Hyundai unleashes Atlas robots in Georgia plant. Trump threatens 100% tariff on foreign-made films. Waymo plans to double robot taxi production at Amazon plant by end of 26. Software update makes HDR content unwatchable on Roku TV. Yeah, HDR is not watchable on my iPhone 12 sometimes. No, it's my Chromebook. So, United Health now has 1,000 AI applications in production. That's the health company where the CEO was murdered. Messaging app used by Mike Waltz, Trump's deportation airline, Global X, both hacked in separate breaches. Well, our government should issue their own applications for government employees to use that are similar to social media software. So if everybody's using WhatsApp, we need a government version of WhatsApp, and it needs to be only for government employees. Microsoft shuts down Skype. Whoa. On May 5th, ending the Pioneer video chat service 22-year run. Announced in February, completes Skype's absorption in the Microsoft Teams. The company's Slack competitor. Users opening Skype app will now be redirected to Teams. The only surviving component is Skype's Dialpad, which remains available with Microsoft Teams free for subscribers to make calls to traditional phone numbers. Wow. Kind of fun to remember when Skype was a big deal. I wanted to make Skype for dogs, where there was a TV screen at both locations and like a pad, so the dog could touch the pad as a type of mouse. And the dog could walk up to the thing, it would sense he's there and turn on, and then it would show, it's like one of those chatting services where you chat with people that you don't know. But the dog could also have friends, a friend list. So when the dog goes there for the friend list, on the other side of the friends, they're like a green light and the noise would come on. So then the other dogs might run over and talk to their dog friend. It's like a dog park, but for Skype. It's a Skype dog park. I think it's a pretty genius idea. Beijing's Made in China plans is narrowing tech gap, study finds. Apple will appeal contempt ruling in. Okay, so I'm overlapping from yesterday. Now let's go to politically incorrect. America admits defeat in Yemen will stop striking. Oh, that sounds good. Let's read this. Israel was not informed about Trump's decision to stop attacks on the Houthis. Axios reports. Well, if Israel wants it, Trump will do it. Donald Trump says, I don't know when asked if it's his job to uphold the Constitution as president. It's specifically his job to do that. That's what the oath is. So he might, was he lying? Or does he have a cognitive fog? Instead of the fog of war, Trump has cognitive fog. Would muscles help me? Yeah, muscles would help you. Everybody should lift weights, including me. Again, I need to find some free weights on Craigslist. Vance previews Trump's plan to juice the economy in the Russia-Ukraine war in the next 100 days. I'm not taking that bait. I'm not taking it. It says America sucks right now. When are the chip manufacturing jobs coming and the billions and billions of investment? Have you taken your Spanish lessons yet, amigo? Yeah, maybe I should learn Spanish. Carney tells Trump Canada won't be for sale ever. What? That girl I did Lily, the girl I did an interview, I was on her show, she's on Piers Morgan. Isn't that interesting? I'm not going to say you know what I'm thinking, don't you? She admits to being a Christian, not a heathen or atheist, but she wants to be away from blacks because they behave worse. Yeah. You know, if all white people moved to Africa, the blacks would follow us. If all white people moved to the moon, the blacks would make a rocket and follow us to the moon. Oh, this is absolute. This is the joy of 4chan right here. All right, so this is so stupid. It says only green IDs will make it. This is a rolling thread, and then you get your ID number and it's colored. Like here's a pink one, a beige one, a chartreuse, a purple. There's a green one. I was going to open I bought a domain rolling. Part of me wants to post there right now and see if we get a green one, but I won't. If you don't know why I post on 4chan, it's because it's free marketing. You post something on Twitter, just 30 or 40 people see it. You post at 4chan, thousands see it. Chart reuse. Yeah, 4chan is really the place where the news gets its news. So not only and then when the thread is closed, it's still being consumed by all kinds of people. So it's really the soapbox to the world. You can broadcast whatever you need to the world by participating in conversations at 4chan. I'll tell you how it works for me. Like, let's say here, bro, you need to build a UFO fast, man. The simulation is collapsing. That's right. Well, I'm gonna get it. I think I'm closer. I've taken a lot of action getting us there. Like, I'll be able to work in here in the summer because I have air conditioning. I got my insulation in 3 walls. I just got a big ass steel door, not normal width, wider than normal. So I'm going to install a traditional door, and I'm putting a window in, and so I'm going to have air conditioning all summer long. Pretty base, pretty awesome. I don't need a 3D printer I just need it to make the plastic parts that work. It doesn't have to be smooth. And also the tolerances can be a little bit wobbly. So I don't know if Bamboo Labs is the very best or if they're mediocre. I just want something that's going to work. Thailand is already superior to all Eastern Europe, and as a second world country goes, they are being overrun by migrants. India's mega mock drills. What to expect on May 7th? That's tomorrow. Oh, I heard about these. Okay, so they're doing, well, let's read what they're doing drills for. What is a mock drill? A mock drill is a practice exercise conducted to prepare it looks like it's a nuclear drill. A mock drill is a practice exercise to prepare civilians and emergency services for wartime scenarios such as an airstrike or a bomb threat. When it will happen, date the 7th of May, which is today over there. Mobile notifications, public announcements, and sirens. Why this is important: educating people about wartime procedures, testing emergency response systems, ensuring we're all better prepared. Remember, no need to panic. This is a practice to keep you safe. What to do during the mock drill: stay calm. It's just a drill. Don't panic. This is only a preparedness exercise. Follow instructions from authorities. Pay attention to official announcements or messages. Practice safety measures. Move to a shelter or drop. Cover and hold. Hey, Ricky, good job with keeping your gold. Yeah. Well, India, I just watched, well, I saw some statistic, I retweeted it. Open defecation, just taking a poop out in the grass. Out of all the places in the world, 100%, 60% of open defecation in the world happens in India. And 15% of that 60 or 65% are people in the rural areas. Everybody open defecates. It must be like having a cigarette, like, hey, I'll be back in 10 minutes. All right, see you in a bit. It's like having a smoke break. They're like, oh, listen to the bird. Oh, it's so nice today. Oh, nice breeze. I killed a yellow scorpion the other day, and it was big. It was 5 inches long. And I just stepped on him. those things around. And I Googled it, and I didn't know it was called a yellow scorpion, and they have another name for it, like night death or something. Apparently, 1 gallon of its venom is worth $48 million. A liter's worth $10 million because you could only get like 1/2 of a drop of venom per scorpion. So don't think about going into the scorpion milking business unless you can build a robot that milks them. That's probably possible. But imagine you've got like millions of scorpions that are all venomous, and a sting can kill children and old people, and then they get loose. Man. Whoa, Parasite. There's a movie called Parasite. Just finished watching Parasite. Is South Korea really a dystopian shithole, or is it just commie propaganda? Lower emotional intelligence linked to prejudice, right-wing views, study says. I just love it when they pick on right-wing people. Well, okay, so if the left wants to pick on right-wing people as being low IQ, isn't there nothing to worry about? If right-wing people are wrong, why don't you just laugh at them? They seem to be spending a significant amount of time on a group of people who should be ignored. They fear they're correct, that's why. Germany has placed its economic growth forecast for this year at 0%. Santa's International Airport showed some fire and smoke. Emotional intelligence. Well, that's basically your wife comes home and she's got a sad look on her face, and then you read her body language. Hey, is everything okay? That's emotional intelligence. It's basically just, it's more empathy. I've got a high emotional intelligence. I care about people, but it was more about manipulating people to sell cars. I did a lot of study on sales, and the key to selling is people buy emotionally, and then they back it up with logic. So if you can make the customer enter an emotional state of mind through laughter, joy, future visions. What are you going to do with your new car? Are you going to take it for a nice drive on the beach, go for a weekend away? You're going to show your friends? You're going to go out for a burger on Friday night and pick up some chicks? Yeah, let's do all of that. Sounds great, right? So you just get people happy and excited, and then the logic part of the brain turns off, and then you inject emotional things. Well, let's see if we can get some numbers right that work for you and get you a great deal. All right, let's do that, Wayne. So people buy emotionally and they back it up with logic. People say, hey, dude, I got a new car. Yay. That's all emotion. And I got a good deal on it. And I got the color I wanted. And they only had one left. It says, Boomer Dad is dying. I can't wait to piss on his grave. Yeah, my dad was pretty cool. My mom and I had some issues sometimes. There's a thread here. Did you get your radio? And they're talking about ham radios. And Pat Paulson, who's one of the commenters here sometime, he told me about a radio to buy. And I'm going to just tell you, if you want to write this down, they're only $20. It's a handheld ham radio. It's the RA79. R is in Richard, A is in Apple, 79. It's by a company called Retevis, Retevis. And I did Google it, and it's not illegal. There's Bang Fong or something, which might be illegal. Like, you can listen, but you can't broadcast on it. So, and also, if you do an illegal broadcast, they can pinpoint where you are. They got satellites. This is funny. The Deputy Prime Minister, Angela Rayner, has gifted a picture of herself to the Prime Minister of Vietnam. That's narcissism right there. Tucker says he called the verified people in the Israel government to beg them to stop calling him an anti-Semite because he isn't their enemy. Totally normal interaction. Trump administration is starting to put millions of defunded student loan borrowers into collection and threatening to confiscate their wages, tax refunds, and federal benefits, per Wall Street Journal. So is that a political attack against the left? Seems like it. Giga happening. Pakistan says Samson option if India is attacked. Oh, we should all start saying Samson option, and then Israel will be furious because that's their idea. We'll dilute the meaning of Samson option. We should have an energy drink called Samson option. Sell dildos called Samson option. Well, we're at the end of the broadcast. Can't think of anything else to talk about. It's only 80 outside. It's actually 83 in here. I could turn the air conditioner down more, but this is a cozy zone for me. Inverter, open source Reddit, windsurf, and rolling Chan are my notes. I was tired. I spent 2 days moving, helping the neighbor move last week. I drove like 800 miles, 400 each trip, and it really took the energy out of me. So I'm just now feeling normal today. All right. Plus, I drank 36 beers after the first visit Wednesday, and then Saturday I drank 18 beers. So I think I should give up beer for the summer. That's all I got, friends. I'll see you tomorrow.